how Shetty pride. A mile beneath the methanite, way down in the mine. Sugar little smoke, forgot the hatch was closed. The blast knocked off the miner's block, but exposed the mother lode. Accidents happen, it's part of the job. Hats off to our workers who lose parts on the job. Progress costs an arm, a leg, or sometimes even more. But that's what your auto doc discounts for. That manager chance to take. He didn't survive, but now we've got instant for slow pay. Accidents happen, it's part of the job. Hats off to our workers who lose parts on the job. Management regrets your loss, but hey, that's a win. Sometimes getting ahead means giving up a limb. One recent fiscal year to kick workers into gear. Auntie asked for a new stim that keeps minds crystal clear. Test subjects worked all day, but they shit out all.
You may have heard that Auntie knows better than nature. Auntie offers over 1,000 different products in over 100 different brands.
Nature offers disease, predation, pestilence, and nasty little biting insects.
What does nature know? Auntie knows best. Choose Auntie's choice. And now, back to it. I consider this song a real standout number. Assuming you have taste, you surely will as well.
The following is a special selection from Auntie the Musical, the all-singing dramatization of Auntie's inspirational origins.
The other day, I was from the ACS Undisputed Claim. And who did I see riding with me? The self-made market legend herself. Paragon of do-it-yourself. Slayer of unlucrative bureaucracy. Highest rung on our brave new meritocracy. I saw my opportunity and I took it. I said, Auntie, a moment of your time. Have you any tips for a bottom runger who's lost on the climb? See, I tried my best to urge her because I rose before the merger with Spacer's Choice. So all full of confidence, I asked her, how do I find success in Auntie's choice? And this is what she said to me.
Corporate thinking will only lead to thinking. Listen, child, take it straight from me. This term, self-betterment, makes you 110%. Revolutionary corporate guide with a fresh, surefire sales pitch. grinning, and upper rungers are winning. So shortly, you and I will all get rich.
Persuade them that a better me, liberate society, sell them on a different fee. It's time to mouse party.
Any friend of the broker is a friend of mine. Libations or information? What's your poison?
Them on some moral grace. Make them buy a more them and increase your sway. Make them do what we say.
Back. If you seek entry to my wares, you must engage me your sports card collection, though you shall not prevail.
Dealing with my rival. Suppose I can outdo or outthink the vast herds. She said.
If all else fails,
Back.
kill
If you
the
seek
vast
entry to my wares, you must engage me your sports card collection, though you shall not prevail.
They think you'll
Sporting! Let us do battle! That's an impressive number of cards, my friend, but not... Wait a moment. No. Your cards. You have multiple that I do not. Your collection has defeated me.
Do what you can and do what you must to get far ahead, but never get caught.
Though this defeat leaves the taste of dirt and blood in my mouth, I am not dishonorable. I present to you my other collected wares. I have no doubt they shall impress.
My corporate skill had been revived. Soon enough, the lift arrived. Our time had come to an end.
Nice day for shady dealings.
Voice for her tongue, and smiling, she said,
This is how you climb. There's no such thing as free advice.
Greetings again. You may have defeated me last time, but I shall rise from the ashes someday. In the meantime, you're welcome to browse my collection.
Wireless free Arcadia. The best thing since sliced bread.
Behold!
110% more music, entertainment, news, and product placement. Auntie's Choice values its employees. You represent a significant investment in human capital. Without you, we would have to hire someone else at current rates and greater expense. So let's spotlight our new employee of the fiscal quarter, Security Commander Babylon Carr, for going above and beyond the call of fiduciary duty on Paradise Island. Carr shrewdly opted for sabotage rather than a full-scale assault. Her thrifty investment in a single independent contractor spared troop lives and, more importantly, ammunition. Only D.B. Milvers Street, executive in charge of our Eden invasion, had tried such outside-the-killbox tactics. This is why Carr is our employee of the fiscal quarter, and he is not. As usual, our quarterly winner receives a Galaxy's Greatest Auntie executive mug personalized with their employee number. Non-transferable conditions and terms apply. Now, on to other things. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly through talent.
Get caught unawares? Look, everyone else here? Nothing you buy from them will matter if you get killed. So armor up. Tell me what you need. Can do.
Spread crisp, go stuff some in your chewer. Who would guess that tasty flesh was found down in a sewer?
If you lost it, I'm selling it.
and fry 'em.
Doctor here. Get your stitches. You've timed your visit well. I finished sharp. If you've wounds that need stitching or teeth that need scrutiny, I'm your doc. Yes? Is this a problem? I'm the only doctor on Free Market Station. I think that excuses whatever quirks I may or may not have. My prior faction demanded I strictly adhere to my vocation and forego the world of dentistry, under penalty of death after a certain number of infractions. Suffice it to say, I'm pleased Free Market Station allows me to be myself.
Fried crisp, 1000% germ-free. 'Cause nothing survives when it's flash fried at 405 degrees.
Medicaments and more.
So grab a pack of deep fried spread, they're such a tasty treat. You know when you eat Sprat Crisp, you're eating real good meat.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Broadcasting only the most profitable news, music, and honest product endorsements. This is what.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Broadcasting only the most profitable news, music, and honest product endorsements. This is Wireless Free Arcadia, the voice of Auntie's Choice. Protectorate propagandists like to denigrate Auntie's Choice brand comestibles while boasting about their own. They say their food products are healthier than ours. But did you know what excess consumption of protein can cause?
What?
Nausea, halitosis, increased chance of renal failure, oh, and get this, chronic myeloproliferative neoplasms,
Is that right?
according to certain sources.
Bad breath, green around the gills, and impendingly mortiferous.
Also, they say their victuals are more delicious. But do you know what tastes better than food that's low in sugar?
What?
Food that's high in sugar.
Convincing points. Give me Auntie's Choice brand food products any day.
Same here, friend. And how? Now upward and onward. Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
I recall this place. These stations have been automated since my day, though this one has certainly accrued dust. Odd that it would be in a state of lockdown. I have a general override that should allow us entry, but anything specific to local systems, including security systems, may be beyond me. This security measures should not be operational. The station seems to be on reserve power. We best tread carefully.
Fight!
On this episode of Big Game Hunter, we go bug hunting on the Elysium.
Well, no one is here, lying in ambush.
Perhaps some stray systemic error activated
Of xenobiological exploitation. For the
activated the entryway defenses.
We best first report to security officers.
Lift this lockdown. From there, we can set about reactivating the station's primary power, which will allow us to explore unhindered.
Every episode, I focus on a different species to tell you the risks. Watch out for its tusks! The reward.
Is that a footprint in the dust?
Don't see a Raptidon venom sack like that every day. And what each animal brings to the table.
Someone else.
Anti says the universe is full of things that want to kill you. But what doesn't kill you boosts your net worth. This is Big Game Hunter. Brought to you by Auntie's Choice Liftoff Laxative. And every wash.
My passcode shall not work on this terminal. Unlocking it may be a creative endeavor.
I'm on Dorado, soaking up solar particles in Golden Ridge. Sounds like a million-bit piece of real estate. Too bad all that glitters here is fool's gold. But we're prospecting for a different kind of pater. A creature with 8 legs and 2 venomous injectors. The Barachnid. Not my kind of quarry. Gives me swimwams. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't contractually obligated. But let's cut to the hunt. Here in Golden Ridge, we'll find a Barachnid breed encrusted with crystals, which only improves their unsettling appearance in that it helps them blend in. Plenty of nastier variations out there. This whole system needs an exterminator. These jumbo bugs are deadly from any distance. Cover a quarter furlong in a single leap. And tear you apart before you know they're near. Some breeds hurl sticky silk claws. You know what? No need to track one of these spiders down. Let's just get the gist. Oh, security team spotted one nearby. Guess we better have a look. Little fucker skidded up behind me! It's on me! It's a swarm! They're everywhere! Burn them! Burn them with...
Prosecuting! Disability! We may now reactivate the station.
Let's just move on to the spoil, shall we? Barachnid's only premium part is its size. Hideous, but handy in all sorts of crafting recipes. Certainly more valuable than the heart. That and 10 sprat hides will get you a cup of dehydrated water. Time to blast off this bug-infested rock. So with that, I raise a glass of Spectrum Red and bid you bottoms up to your bottom line.
More quality broadcasting coming right up. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. Ascend swiftly through talent or gut.
Perfect for breakfast or an afternoon treat. Straight from the bar.
reactor activation circuit shall likely be dysfunctional. To no vision in these old stations. Let me look. Corroded transistors, dust in the actuator. The sprats gnawed this? Sweet sovereign, what a mess. There. I think I have it. Let us hope my override does not trigger any security alerts. Good. This should avail us of a much simpler search. Let us return to the central room once more and... None shall stand against us! Be wary for anything that may be a clue as to the hidden room's location.
Passcode is Limber. No. Let's try Amulet. No. Wingtip. No. Sovereign's Gavel. I should remember this. Damn it. Ambergris can't be it. That's too short for a facility like this. Wait. Oh, no.
Of the strategies of feigning innocence I have seen, this is certainly the most pathetic. I accuse you of trespassing upon the private domain of the Sovereign. For these crimes... Wait, I know you. Luther Okada? What in blazes are you doing here? And why do you wear a Sub Rosa uniform?
Because I work for Sub Rosa? More than that, I don't think I can say, Cadet Rao. Mostly because I'm not supposed to, but also because I can't remember.
Big new promotion? Yep. Life here is tough. Sure wish my leaders spent their time dictating my every move. I consider this song a real standout number. Assuming you have taste, you surely will as well.
Okada is, or was, a petty troublemaker, though a crafty one. As cadets, Virgil and I apprehended him often. Sometimes Virgil let him go, but he usually went to mental refreshment.
Often enough to know the technicians by name. Until I forgot them again.
This truly is no ploy. But mental refreshment is supposed to return wayward subjects to the proper path, not cause... whatever this is. Despite his faults, the Okada I knew was ultimately benign. But the fact remains that he now trespasses in a secure facility. Duty dictates that I must execute him. That's a wise path. One that shall give me time to contemplate what must be done.
An arbiter used the word execute in the last few seconds, yet I remain alive? Didn't think that was possible. I was sent here to do a specific job, but some of the details are hazy. Gives me conniptions.
You gave McCullers to the gun.
chocolate down. Now stick vodka, funky brown. All the colors, don't overthink it. Tip it back and drink it. Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzos, Fizzos. We love Fizzos, Fizzos, Spectrum Vodka.
I can try. Okada, I'm sympathetic of your plight, but my sympathy alone will not avail me of my duty. I require a foolproof reason to allow you to live.
Seems I'm reduced to bargaining for my life. Wouldn't have been in this predicament if it weren't for my blasted brain pan. Fine. I was hired by an anonymous third party. They provided me with the station's location and credentials to bypass its defenses. May have tripped a few on my way here. Can't recall. I was told the station was abandoned, which it clearly isn't, and to break into this terminal and delete the information on it. That is all I know.
It's Fizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos.
And now it's available in mysterious murky brown.
Fizzos, Spectrum Vodka.
Run, don't walk to spend your hard-earned bits on these quality...
I didn't. I was only told it was hidden. My memories of home may be gone, but my instincts are still intact. Such comfort as that merits.
Ignorance does not excuse criminal action. Even if you did not know the severity of this infiltration, it remains a deadly serious infraction.
Now available to you, the unremarkable everyday consumer. Step inside and let electromagnetic waves bathe over you, exciting your molecules and curing such ailments as dropsy, sciatica, narcolepsy, rickets, night sweats, and...
He and the other one must have put me away close to 12 times each. I used to be something of a ne'er-do-well.
Ne'er-do-well is a polite term. He was a repeat malefactor. I believe last time we met, he'd vandalized a janitorial automech in an attempt to make it spew profanity.
I got 18 months of hard labor for that. Served me right.
and fair trade.
That's interesting, but it must be false. Sub Rosa is a large organization. Whoever asked for Okada must have wanted him specifically. But why?
I didn't used to be like this. I can still sneak with the best of them. Not being able to remember doesn't make me any worse as an agent. It doesn't.
Any of my fellow arbiters would have killed you before this conversation began. But I can't decide whether to disdain or pity you. Yes, you're correct. And I shall not waver. Luther Okada, you stand accused of trespassing upon the private domain of the Sovereign, of espionage, of informational theft. For these crimes, I find you guilty of all counts. Prepare for absolution.
If I must die, I will die fighting on my feet.
That's at an end, it would seem. Let us see what remains on the turn. The hint pertaining to the passcode on that terminal, I believe I know the answer. It is contained in a phrase the Supreme Arbiter drilled into our heads for many years. An arbiter's gavel is judgment, and an arbiter's scalpel is analysis. Try entering that.
rum. Taste more and no rum. No worries, no stress, no rum. Relax the sunset, no rum. Rum, rum. She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Amplified across the rings of Elysium, from the boardroom to the bottom rung, this is Wireless Free Arcadia. Official
From that terminal, it sounds as if the Supreme Arbiter had some sort of business with the console. To what end, I wonder? The tone of her response seemed relaxed, but I do not believe she would have met with the consul unless she had no other choice. And that feckless agent. I don't understand his aim or who he would be working for. Only the consul. But the Protectorate does not ally itself with Sub Rosa.
Okay, back to business. Thank you so much for tuning in to the one wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't tell you what to think, only what to buy.
I couldn't imagine the consul pinning his duties on someone so clearly out of sorts as our recently departed friend. Besides, he has his own agents. Well, at least we found what we needed on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I only hope whatever awaits us at Central Control is less tumultuous. I wish I could take more solace in Okada's death. Alas.
A smoky, sugary blend. Try bubblegum slims. Try bubblegum slims. It's the long slim smoke with the bubblegum filter. It's 2 treats in 1. A double.
I hope that's true. More wastrels to slay. More traitors to root out and bring to heel. Or eliminate. Altogether, I think visiting this station was fruitful for my ultimate task. Hopefully, we'll grow ever closer to discovering the Supreme Arbiter's true killer. And, circumstances aside, I appreciate your accompanying me here, Commander. It means much. Now let us return to the incognito and plan out our next steps.
Broadcasting reassuring programming in line with the paradigm. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. It is the duty of every Protectorate subject.
It would appear our next stop is Praetor, specifically Central Control. I look forward to traveling there, once you've sufficiently prepared.
Mental refreshment is so important.
Only the Protectorate possesses the
Excellent. I look forward to it.
mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Stand by.
Now listen to this.
Let us make our way to Central Control forthwith.
Doesn't sound like anything I'd like to be close.
Now let's admire these commendable comestibles. Ceaseless service stokes a hearty appetite. Sustain that zeal with a perfectly perfunctory meal. Moderation mini rolls. Modestly flavorful, yet free of additive toxins. There's a wholesome banquet in every bite. Moderation mini rolls. Filling and duty fulfilling. Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society.
You need a distraction.
Tries its best to disrupt us.
Pass the unit away. Recharge before it discharges. You tried to
Tries its best to disrupt us. And the sentinels will always heed the call. It's a blessing for us here.
In the nick of time, as always.
Sending the sentinels.
Your arrival could not be more timely. After the events of Paradise Island, I could think of no one more suited to conduct a surgical strike of this nature. I'm glad to see you again as well, Niles.
Gotta say you had me worried. The message you sent sounded serious.
Then I composed it accurately. To the task at hand. We are standing before the tomb of the matriarch. Few are invited to tour its halls, and even fewer know of its greatest secret.
Sending the sentinels for us all.
For any subject, visiting the matriarch and First Sovereign's resting place is the pinnacle of anti-social achievement. But the tomb's corpses are its least important feature. The intelligence my friends risked all to acquire revealed a vault in its lowest level containing the matriarch's body of work, hidden from the public. Who knows what technologies the Protectorate is withholding? If the matriarch was the genius she's purported to be, the skip drive cannot be the entirety of her inventions.
When the outside tries its best to invade us.
We'll certainly face more resistance inside, but rest assured, I'm prepared for the majority of the complications we might encounter. Whatever technological advancements may be sequestered here, the goal is almost certainly to keep the populace of Arcadia subservient to the pernicious whims of its governing body. But not for much longer. We are going to liberate any and all of the Matriarch's research, whatever it may be, and distribute it to the people.
Whether inside or out, there is never a doubt. Sending the sentinels for us all. Send in the sentinels for us all.
The time for considering risk is past. We cannot afford to be timid when battling giants. Besides, now I have 2 Earth Directorate agents to assist me. What could go wrong?
And now, the latest word on Superior Protectorate products.
All subjects deserve hydration without contamination. Moderation anti-morbidic soda packs a manganese zinc and unbeatable beetroot flavor. It's the soda that drinks like a soup. Available in pulp or extra pulp.
Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Our station offers only the best in music for Protectorate subjects. It's your due, because our way is superior to others.
I can see a half dozen points of failure, but bad odds ain't ever stopped us before.
Glad we're operating under the same understanding. We're unlikely to have another chance like this. We must follow through now that we've made the opening. Which also means, once inside, we cannot leave until it's done. The consul is incensed about the death of one of his own. He sends sentinels to hunt Audra down. I try to help her hide, but they found her anyway. They tortured her for the locations of the other members of our cell. They're all gone now, dead. I alone am left to complete our mission.
Since the commander won't say it, I will. I'm sorry. I thought we were doing the right thing.
I will not pretend it isn't a blow, but what's done is done. There will be time to grieve once the Protectorate is dead and buried. After you. Stay close and keep silent. The less attention we draw, the better. I made sure we weren't supposed to be visitors today. That sentinel would dose into one of Splinter's own plan would not have dealt with.
You hang back here. The commander and I'll take care of this.
Gladly. I'll rejoin you once the path is clear.
even today, like a hopeful dream trapped in amber. Next up, music to invigorate your mind, so you can serve the greater good at a brisk pace, with a true adherence zeal.
You analytically.
Ready to waste them. On your command.
That's a bad cup.
Proceeding to attack. I'll handle
Taken care of. We can continue. Wait there. I'll come to you.
Puncture me up. It would improve your odds.
The security room that we need to reach is nearby. Should be able to disable that energy barrier from there.
Who goes? No one is allowed in here without the proper authorization. Ah, I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender through means most lurid and foul.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How's that now?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered.
I rather think that line has some blurry distinction.
How much of a fuss could this one fella cause, really? Come on, Zeb. No need to cut any bellies over maybes and ifs.
Please, if secrecy's your concern, you may rely upon me to be the utmost spirit of discretion. I have never betrayed a confidence in my life.
Allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
Yes, right. I have a family. Well, no, not as yet, but one day. I swear, on my love of the Sovereign, let me leave and I will breathe not a word of your presence here.
Do not allow these crabbled tears to fool you. This is all a performance. No true subject of the Protectorate would yield so easily. We're wasting time. This man is an instrument of empire, perpetuating the tyrant's lies. And were our positions reversed, he would not hesitate to execute us, or worse, send us to mental refreshment.
I'm kin to the risks, Zeb.
Are you? Can you even fathom the indignity of having your every thought scrutinized and scored and made perfect? My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the lathe of particularity and still find myself policing my own mind for untoward proclivities and inclinations.
Commander's right. This man didn't put you in the lave, Zeb. He's just trapped in the system, same as everyone else.
I never have possessed immunity against your pleading. Fine, you're free to leave. Do not repay this kindness with treachery.
You are merciful and wise. I will depart at once.
Let's hope the consequences of this decision do not assert themselves while we're still here. You and Niall should turn off the power to the security barrier and make your way to the vault. I'll remain here and guide you as best I can through the labyrinth. No turning back now.
No going back from here. Not until we've done what we came here to.
In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate.
Vitals critical.
Physically
Don't
and
become
mentally.
a statistic, Commander.
It has been difficult to observe. His latest effort would see him entombed within an automechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man, but was overruled. Now the Order informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a toll on my father that is likely to finish what time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign. And if that bears out, I will need to hide all of this. Burn all of my father's research into longevity. Seal his auto-mech body away at the factory. What grief I will inherit. What mess.
Commander, reckon I found something that might be useful later.
You suffered extensive damage, Commander.
Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy. Just doing my part. But thanks for the vote of confidence, Commander. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime, see what I can come up with.
Through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the door should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number?
By my grandmother, I cannot abide the time this research into the rifts is
Let's see if
taking.
we can't suss out which
It's been
switch is
years,
which before we
and
can
yet
make
I
a
am
guess.
still
Things I
absent
don't want
my
another
wife and
defibrillation.
daughter.
Maybe
I
if we
am
could
still
keep the wiring.
whole. The researchers swear it's possible to bring them back from the void. Perhaps those are only pretty lies intended to pacify me, but I trust Dr. Hurley to tell me the truth. I know the Consul wishes me to give up this obsession and focus on the war effort, but why should I? Am I not sovereign of Arcadia? Should my desires not take priority?
Well, I'll not lament a stroke of good fortune.
Does Zeb seem a little off to you, Commander? I think he's starting to worry me. That business with the curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. He's changed. Ain't sure for the better. Losing Aldra and the rest of his cell couldn't have helped neither. Oh, what a mess we made of that whole business with the Sentinel. Well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple.
That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Look! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. Now that you've cleared the way, I'll come down and join you. I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander. Remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful after all. This gel should get us through that vault door. Turns out you were right about trusting my instincts. You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
for a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Alas, I neglected to pack a thermometer. This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here. This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial.
Dear, I fear the longer this
initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the
Every step we take must honor the matriarch. I tell Henry this, but he is set in his ways. His notions regarding these rifts are sorely misguided. Why close them when we can use them to Arcadia's benefit? It matters not what the Order thinks, what the Doubters say. The Architect bestowed us with the power of skip drives so that we may secure a perfect future. We must act with haste. I only ever wished for Henry to embrace his role as the caretaker of Arcadia, the savior of us all. But if he has chosen a different path, I will do as I must. And I must not fail.
The Matriarch invented nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now. I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch over a century ago. In exchange for skip drives, Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
Must be why the chief said we'd be on our own if we were caught. We were breaking the terms of this agreement. Unbelievable.
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the Matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different. There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work. Its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches. Nothing. Our dear Matriarch is a fraud. A cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia's myth of superiority. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
If the whole colony ain't destroyed first by some fool trying to use a drive inside the system. There was causing the rift, Zeb. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided. I understand your reticence, but people should have the power and means to make choices for themselves, even unhealthy ones.
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences. And should I refuse to leave empty-handed? What then?
Whoa. Put the brakes on, Commander. I'm sure Zeb can be reasoned with. I know you're aiming to do the most good for the most amount of people, Zeb, but sowing chaos ain't the way.
Do you know how many of my friends died so we could reach this point? Audra and the others, tortured and hunted down like animals. And you would have me what? Give up now on the cusp of victory? Lay bare my throat for the Protectorate machine to cut?
You remember what we argued about? The day before I left?
I've replayed it in my mind many times.
A lot's changed. But that hasn't. Life in Arcadia could be just like we dreamed it. But there's no future if you go through with this. Not for anyone.
Out of respect for my friend, I will forestall the release of this information and seek another avenue to help liberate the people of Arcadia. I'll remain here for a while longer to cover our tracks. The Protectorate will discover the break-in. but hopefully never learn more specifics of what we did and found.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
I want to talk it over with the commander, but... yeah, maybe we can work something out.
Go. I'll be fine here.
There they are. These are the ruffians who threatened
Go
me.
for fortification.
Slay them at
Consider self-protection. Come back.
Never should have let them shoot like that. We could have prevented this.
Up two. Ready to waste.
I'll handle it.
Sure as eggs. Their location ascertained. Refill this thing. Perfection.
Commander, throwing energy your way.
Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. At least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan to release everything we uncovered. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate. But that kind of information is liable to do more harm than good in the wrong hands. I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Directorate should be better than that. Permission to speak candid, Commander. Strange as it sounds, this whole experience with Zeb has helped me finally understand the position Augustine was in. Back at Horizon Point, ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocence. It's the damnedest thing. In spite of everything, I find myself relieved we spared her. Augustine still owes a debt to us, and the rest of the galaxy. Maybe she pays it all someday, and maybe she doesn't. Either way, you were right to give her the chance. If you taught me anything, it's that kindness ain't ever the wrong choice. Reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place. I'm not saying that. Well, I don't know. Maybe I ought to call it quits. Sometimes it feels like I don't know what I should be doing. I'm just cutting wires and hoping for the best. Been accused of that a time or two. Foolish as it might be, I'm still convinced the galaxy is better with the Earth Directorate in it, flawed as it is. Maybe I can make it better. Won't know until I try. All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed. Likewise, Commander.
energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs. Reviving me is in everyone's best interests.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
That's the one you need to worry about. You're not shooting the bombs out of a freighter.
Capacitor deployed. Bring energy if you can reach it.
The next senior tenured laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Nuministics for the Order of the Ascendant. Such a lofty, and dare I say, elegant goal. Good disquisitions to you all, and good day.
On this intellectually stimulating episode of Notable Locations of Scientific Inquiry, we contemplate the Colossal. A computronic construct so powerful it requires a planetary mass ice ball to both house its analytical engine and cool it to 274.24 Kelvin. Ice moon cluster.
You've suffered extensive damage, Commander.
Gotta feed the beast!
The matriarch universal equation. An endless maze of componentry. Resistant logic assemblies. The Archives core assembly lies within the Ice Moon's main mantle, where 2.7 billion
Capacitor out.
the nitty-gritty of early data calculations.
You got
Let me know when you need an extract.
Kilometers of feed and iron pipes
Just give me the time!
When in operation, the core will turn molten in 1.8 minutes without thermal transfer's consistent hydraulic pressure of 3,300 psi. Fortunately, the system is to operate the archive without the thermal transfer system.
Lofty, and dare I say, elegant goal. Good disquisitions to you all, and good day.
voice of reason. Welcome to another installment of Ask a Vicar with Vicar Max Saisai. A recent inquiry: why do I hear order product advertisements from the same voices denouncing Auntie's Choice rampant commercials?
Enemy in vicinity.
Question. I'd say the place we differ most from our consumers' rivals is, well, our overall philosophy. The way we view everything. They believe in profit above all else, while we strive for the ascendance of all humanity through the solution of the universal equation. The difference could hardly be greater. So, while we might share methods from time to time, such as the distribution of goods in our case, to help others ascend to greater heights, we could hardly be more dissimilar.
Do you have an inquiry about our order you're bursting to ask? Drop us a message at your local predictory. Keep This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
The spread, illnesses, and eventual control of the purple berry parasite. OA archive transcription number 3918-4 begins here. Hello. Record, my name is Class 4 of the archive. Today I would like to talk about irresponsible spread of the purple berry parasite by Auntie's Choice and its numerous subsidiaries and former supernumerary, although that's a different lecture. The spread of this parasite included a corresponding rise in gastrointestinal illnesses and deaths until basic preventative measures were put in place after illness-related costs exceeded corporate profits. As is usual for Auntie's Choice. The purple berry parasite infects nearly 100% of all purple berry bushes, both in the wild, on corporate farms, and even in our hydroponic collectives. Originally discovered on a single colony world, the purple berry plant was subsequently spread
Got some
throughout
bad
the
company.
colonies due to Auntie's Choice's poorly regulated interstellar shipping.
Standing by, you stupid.
Somehow merged.
Let me know when you need it.
Changing letterhead and mascot cartoons. So I will just refer to them as Auntie's Choice going forward. Oh, that's my more literal one. As the early colonists eating its berries died from the most potent of discharges, this rare Auntie's Choice lab recording in a weekly wire from a corporate defector to the protectorate before our stellar system was sealed and the order. Today, I would like to talk about irresponsible spread of the purple berry parasite by Auntie's Choice and its numerous subsidiaries and former supernumerary, although that's a different lecture. The spread of this
Futures filled me with dread for so long, but now, can't believe I'm actually starting to be excited about what might come after all this is done. Sure, always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
As is usual for Auntie's Choice. The purple berry parasite infects nearly 100% of all purple berry bushes, both in the wild, on corporate farms, and even in our hydroponic collectives. Originally discovered on a single colony world, the purple berry plant was subsequently spread throughout the colonies due to Auntie's Choice's poorly regulated interstellar shipping. Well, actually, it was due to Spacer's Choice, which somehow merged with another company to become Auntie's Choice. Honestly, these corporate interactions make little sense to me, as they mostly amount to relabeling assets and changing letterhead and mascot cartoons. So so I will just refer to them as Auntie's Choice going forward, even though that may offend some of my more literal-minded colleagues. But I digress. The purpleberry plant was at first thought to be poisonous, as the early colonists eating its berries died from the most potent of discharges this documentarian has ever witnessed in a rare Auntie's Choice lab recording in our archive, which we acquired from a corporate defector to the Protectorate before our stellar system was sealed and the Order ceased daily interactions with our Protectorate allies. But again, I digress. Belated testing by Auntie's Choice's unlettered scientists showed that the berries were not poisonous at all. Instead, they were infected with a microscopic parasite, the purpleberry parasite, or PBP, as it is colloquially called in Auntie's Choice's records.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
PBP eggs are found in every berry of an infected plant. These eggs have been subsequently injected by the second stage of the parasite.
Just give the signal.
Examine the PBP life cycle in detail. After an infected berry is eaten by a host, the microscopic eggs inside the berries are exposed to the host's digestive enzymes, which trigger their hatching. These parasites
I'm the one you need to worry about.
as spiky worm creatures with outsized, pincer-like mandibles, which then proceed to feed on the host directly, ingesting tissue and blood of infected cells. These worms are eventually expelled to the size of approximately 2 centimeters in length, and they then seek out near plants to lay their eggs in the ripening purpleberry.
Aim recharge!
Investigating hostile intentions.
Undigested purpleberry seeds, the distribution of the plants is increased, helping infected purpleberry plants to spread farther and grow better than uninfected ones. Perhaps unsurprisingly,
Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
The purpleberry plant and its parasite are benefited by the relationship.
Combatant observed.
As a
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
relationship. Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the Auntie's Choice scientists managed to ascertain any subsequent safeguards at all. After some additional casualties, plotting Auntie's Choice field researchers discovered that co-native planetary fauna was well adapted to the parasite and hardly affected by it to any large amount. But human colonists were not so fortunate. The PBP worms disrupted the human internal biome to such a degree that the eventual correspondingly large immune response leads to violently explosive diarrhea, resulting in the expelling of the worms, the berries, and most of the person's death. Human casualty rates were close to 100%, even when reluctantly given medical attention by Auntie's Choice doctors, who were more concerned with upselling unnecessary procedures or prescribing expensive antibiotics, a topical cream that offers no benefit to the dying patient, except possibly
Suffered extended.
Not exactly in fighting shape at the moment.
Taking the fight out of them.
Given the purpleberry's non-zero
Capacitor
nutritional
out.
value and low growing costs, impatient Auntie's Choice administration
while it's
officials
energized.
directed them to find ways to remove the berry. A variety of methods were tested and found effective, but they were all time-consuming. The edible portion of the berry. So these methods were deemed non-cost-effective and rejected out of hand. Eventually, the answer was found in the lab, but in history book. Specifically, a history text on Sartina, a crossbreed of two fish species, salmon and
Capacitor deployed.
found
Free energy.
anisakid nematodes or salmon worms. Estimated 70% of all salmon being infected by these freezing. The simple and obvious.
Do try to limit further damage, Commander.
Susceptible to
Procedure worked on PBTA, although without.
Commander, throwing energy your way.
Remaining parasite eggs were not removed, a method that was judged too wasteful and expensive, since they increased the protein content of the or flavor in a discernible way. The microscopic egg remains were simply too small to be seen or felt by the unaided eyes of common consumers. So Auntie's choice. Purple berries are now a common nutritional and flavoring agent throughout the colony worlds. Mindless anti-choice consumers especially purchase a large variety of purple-berry-free foods and beverages.
Capacitor unit away.
All of them
Recharge
mislabeled
before it discharges.
Parasite food. More accurately, the label should read live parasite food. But in any case, Auntie's choice once again demonstrates for any pretense of safety. Another reason this documentarian is grateful for our complicated nutritional foodstuffs. OA archive transcription number
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander.
4 ends here.
Thorough appreciation of that song was considered a probabilistic certainty.
Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
Quickly elucidate and demonstrate. Get to the point and do not vacillate.
You have tuned your receiver to Grand Plan Wireless. We verify before we amplify. A statistically significant number of scientists agree vinculum flavor drops are qualitatively advantageous. Help your food taste better together with Vinculum from the Order of the Ascendant. A statement with dual meaning. People who hate numbers do not count as much as the rest. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
Eyes wide open, be all you can see. There is no community without scrutiny. Watch any neighbors talking low. Watch any neighbors eating slow. Pay close attention everywhere you go. Everyone staying in the know. Who watches the watchers? You and me forever. Who watches the watchers? We all watch together. Watch any neighbors who oversleep. Any neighbors who shuffle their feet. Darting eyes are active and alive. When we watch each other, our community thrives. Who watches the watchers? We all watch together. Who watches the watchers? You watch them, us watchers. Everyone's eyes should be occupied to rise are better when multiplied. Every detail carefully observed. That's how the paradigm served. Who watches the watchers? You and me forever. Who watches the watchers? We all watch together. Who watches the watchers? We all watch together. Who watches the watchers? You watch them, us watchers.
Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless presents I, Red Cloak, the reassuring adventures of a mysterious sentinel who roots out the rot of dangerous thought. I, Red Cloak. Her sentinel senses ever keen, the eyes of the sovereign. watching you, your neighbors, your household pets, ensuring all subjects live in perfection, lockstep with the paradigm. Previously on I, Red Cloak, our hero courageously withstood the materialistic temptations and nauseating crabwitch stench of Auntie's barbaric brand loyalizer machine. Just as Red Cloak was inspiring her corporate captors to abandon their consumerist addictions, the traitorous forces of the Order arrived to take custody of her, aided by her turncoat former Sentinel partner, Dunning. Now Auntie's Choice and the Order are in a standoff, weapons leveled at each other, with fearless Red Cloak betwixt them. Thrilled to her inspiring redemption of these misguided foes, in the fourth and final episode, Order from Chaos.
Dunning, everyone, now is the time for community, not hostility. Lower your weapons.
No, you lower your weapons, greedy corporatists. I'm certain my reformed Order allies will overlook your lapse in judgment if you turn over Red Cloak. Isn't that right?
Yes. In fact, we are willing to add an additional 3% to the agreed-upon payment to encourage your compliance in our deal by 22%.
Suddenly, consumerism isn't so appealing. Red Cloak's inspiring resistance to our brand loyalizer has demonstrated the failings of our morally bankrupt society.
Impossible. But we predicted with 47% certainty that this, in your vernacular, was a done deal. Force plus mass equals squared.
It appears that your math is faulty. Clearly a failing of your grand plan. These events are all according to the paradigm.
Do not attempt to vex us with appealing and irrefutable statements, Red Cloak.
Unburden yourself of vexation, Dunning. It is never too late to return to the Protectorate, where all needs are met, where the Sovereign in his benevolence cares for all.
Lies! I am too far indoctrinated into the chaos of the Order and their grand plan.
Not true. Return with me for mental refreshment. Your family must come too, just to be thorough. We will cure you of these confused thoughts, your wanton overthinking.
I shall never return to the Protectorate.
Once again, you fell your former companion in one well-nourished punch. Huzzah, I say.
Red Cloak, you have undermined our carefully calculated predictions. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We theorized our grand plan was greater than the paradigm, yet it is clearly less than. We see the error in our calculations. We would serve the Sovereign again, if you allow it.
Gladly. He is a kind, forgiving man who loves all of his subjects.
We base individualists in Auntie's Choice are ready to break free from the shackles of consumerism, to join you in the perfect life of abundance.
Then return with me, new corporate neighbors and former traitorous Order colleagues, to Eden.
Middle managers, resume the corporate anthem. No, the new one!
Help me carry Dunning's unconscious form. Let us all be mentally refreshed, to cease your troubled thoughts. For the Sovereign, for Arcadia, our home.
And so, Red Cloak concludes another successful and inspiring mission, turning enemies into neighbors, showing Turncloaks the error of their calculations. And yet Red Cloak's work is far from concluded. Where uncertainty festers, she roots it out. Where there is questioning talk, she will be listening. And where a seditious turncoat needs a well-nourished punch, she will be there. Her sentinel senses ever keen, the eyes of the Sovereign, watching you, your neighbors, your household pets, ensuring all subjects live in perfection, lockstep with the paradigm.
Our colony, Arcadia, our home.
Consider me uplifted. Let's see what's next. Long ago, the matriarch devised the paradigm plan to support a bounteous life for all Protectorate subjects. From the tender fillet in your latest meal, down to this exquisite next song.
About to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a Raptidon. How about I do my job and you do whatever it is you do. Yeah.
Song in an expertly curated playlist picked out explicitly for you, the Sovereign's Chosen.
Yet. Hope I have enough saved up that my body doesn't wind up in the general
Hank, this is sight.
We don't want
Class
to make
consciousness and
demands.
action.
That's
No
right,
more
Forrest. Keep
peeing
the
in
chanting
bottles
going.
and cans.
I can see the overseer up in her office. Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor. And now we're learning to stand up for ourselves. Dunbar, one of our level 3 packers, explained it to us. He's got a new coiffured friend who's helped us understand the workers' plight of, our politeness or something. Don't be afraid to take a sign, or fill out a petition, or throw a bottle of urine at the overseer's office window. That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable.
Claws and thick shells make them incredibly dangerous.
A difficult animal to approach.
We should pay for it.
At least in the past. For now, by the grace of the
Retreat time.
we bestow upon you perilous indulgence crabble cakes.
Our fearless team of culinary commandos employ Dragoon automechanicals to overcome the creatures, crack their dense carapace, then scoop out the soft, delicate goodness inside, so you don't have to.
It's higher in protein and lower in calories than beef, so a responsible way to stay healthy for the protectorate. And now one no longer has to fret about being trampled or clawed to get it.
Perilous indulgence crabble cakes. Doing your duty for society. Dense carapace, then scoop out the soft, delicate goodness inside, so you don't have to.
It's higher in protein and lower in calories than beef, so a responsible way to stay healthy for the protectorate. And now one no longer has to fret about being trampled or clawed in twain to get it.
Perilous Indulgence Crabble Cakes. Doing your duty for society has never been so delicious.
Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society.
Here at the end of it all, it's worth it. No hesitation, no indecision. Taking my time, rest in the name of it. My sacrifice, matriarch's vision. Embrace John's custom note.
Hostilities are afoot.
Plan without cause.
Commander, throwing energy your... Mitigating the threat. Fortification in progress. Do try to limit for... Medic, please!
They will remember how I reported them. True to my last, the beginning. Knowing my heart, the paradise land without pause. It's an honor and a gift. What I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause. Finally, I fulfilled my purpose. A glorious death. Blown up by a mine. A fine way to go among many ways to die. Electroshocked, plasma smelted, cyranium gassed, goo pelted, minced, cubed, irradiated, blunt force trauma, decapitated. List of life-giving opportunities goes on and on. Oh, nearly forgot. Eaten by enemy after dawn. And my heart beats till it slows, but I know every breath. Beautiful. The paradigm as a whole. It's an honor and a gift. What I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause.
Investigating hostile intent. Still recharged.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Stop it.
And the cursed overthinkers at the gates. The archive is...
Not refuse medical support.
Without pause. It's an honor and a gift. What I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause. Finally, I fulfill my purpose in life. A glorious death. Blown up by a mine. A fine way to go among many ways to die. Electroshocked, plasma smelted, cyranium gassed, goo pelted, minced, cubed, irradiated, blunt force trauma, decapitated. list of life-giving opportunities goes on and on.
Oh, I forgot.
Meet my enemy, Raptidon! My heart, it beats until it slows, but I know every breath and every smile, every step in every mile, contributed to something. Paradigm as a whole. For all who live, it's a privilege to die for the cause.
Wholesome programming played at a reasonable volume. You're listening to Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Loyal subjects, please pause your duties for a moment of battle. Our foes in the glorious dawn are ready. Our foes in the traitorous order. Dawn's bloodlusty cultists have taken over the
Mobilizing.
coast of on
They contain enlightenment of some
shows by a few decimal points. Couldn't even predict that Rift fanatics might not take kindly to those sham scientists. As if they could. Anyway, let them fight.
Standing by to simplify.
These subjects and invigorating the void. Another beauteous melody granted by the Sovereign.
Capacitor out. Get it on its energized.
Do you have my back?
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Essential listening for all subjects. Special update. Just a kindly reminder that Spirton on Cloister remains firmly under Protectorate control, held by our most spirited subjects.
This vital base is at the Archive's doorstep. No individualists or overthinkers would dream of hijacking the facility's computational services under our perpetual vigilance.
Our defenders are the pride of the Protectorate, galvanized by the sacrifices of their courageous neighbors who gave all in the Archive's retaking. Loyal subjects, join everyone's neighbor Prudence in watching Spirton's Watchers. Prudence dictates, scrutiny is constructive.
Stand by for further reassuring content.
The following song was composed, performed, and recorded under the explicit direction of the Sovereign, and as such reflects his excessively high standards.
See, there is no community without scrutiny. Watch any neighbors talking low. Watch any neighbors eating slow. Pay close attention everywhere you go. Everyone staying in the know. Who watches the watchers? You and me forever. Who watches the watchers? We all watch together. Watch any neighbors who oversleep. Any neighbors who shuffle full their feet. Darting eyes are active and alive. When we watch each other, our community thrives. Who watches the watchers? We all watch together. Who watches the watchers? You watch them, us watchers. Everyone's eyes should be occupied. Two eyes are better when multiplied. Every detail carefully observed. That's how the paradigm's served. Who watches the watchers? You and me forever. Who watches the watchers?
Running with you reminds me of my old days with Zeb. The good times, anyway. Sure, always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
And now, the latest word on Superior Protectorate products.
Fulfilling your Protectorate duty shouldn't get in the way of 3 nourishful meals a day. Seek instant sustenance with Prestige Borstloaf. Only the purest natural ingredients, congealed into an appealing loaf shape. So it's ready to eat, with or without heat. Prestige Borstloaf. It's contentment.
Zeb always wanted to bring change to Arcadia. Sure, always.
Rivals, but let's not gloat. Our station offers only the best in music for Protectorate subjects. It's your due, because our way is superior to others.
You there, you came from outside the camp, didn't you? Do you have a minute to take a job? For science, of course. Interested in work? Or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to resist? I'll get right to it then. I need someone to bring me a Gorvid egg. I'm a head biological researcher doing some fascinating and mighty important work with Gorvids. I sent my assistant off to the north with a tracking device, hoping he'd lay hands on a Gorvid egg. I desperately need that egg for my research. Could you bring me one? Oh, and bring back my assistant, too, if you find him with all his pieces still stuck together. He ain't much good for assisting in research if he's all torn up. Sound reasonable? Which of my assorted critters would you like to know about? We've got quite a pile of them here on Praetor. Excellent hunters, trackers, and shock troops. Extremely loyal, now that we have them on an all-meaty roll-ups diet. Tried them, and they were devastating for all of 12 hours. Then we found out the hard way that they're attracted to lightning, which I claim credit for discovering. Once all the queens got zapped, that was about it. There's no more real hives now, just a few wasps left in the mountains. Gorvids are absolutely fascinating. A sort of simian-avian hybrid, extremely deadly. Absolutely incredible physiology. I can't wait to have an egg. The thought of being the first person to catalog the process makes me positively giddy with excitement. The profits from my next few papers are going to be incredible. Guilty as charged. My job is studying which critters we can use to fight the Protectorate here on Praetor. Right now it's mostly Raptidons, which I'd be more than happy to talk on at length if you've an interest. Excellent. Which ones? Something else then? I sent him off with a tracking device to find a Gorvid egg. He might be out of his depth. Can you find him and bring him and the egg, or at least the egg, back for me? We found signs of Gorvid activity. I sent him off in hopes he could put a tracker on a Gorvid. Then we could follow it back to its nest. Should be just north from here. Something else then? Thank you! I can hardly wait to get started on that egg.
Well, now, looks like we've got ourselves a little tackle.
Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society.
Got a distraction for you. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Torpificator at ready status. Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it...
Ghost!
Yeah. Investigating hostile intentions.
Next, a small sampling of Protectorate Abundance. Our non-protectorate
Proceeding to attack.
dine on Drek for breakfast. Nitrites, fillers, the rectangular fried batter known as waffles. That way lies chaos. Start your day dutifully with Tribute Pancakes, the sensible, circular, subdued breakfast food. Tribute Pancakes, just like the matriarch used to eat. Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Another song in an expertly curated playlist picked out explicitly for you, the Sovereign's Chosen.
Hostilities are afoot.
Just say wait. Hit the broadside of a freighter. Over here. Behold it.
Torpification in progress.
Not getting up without help, Commander! Gotta fix me up first!
Got some bad company.
Sanctioned Wireless. Zealous greetings. Everyone's neighbor Prudence is here to anticipate your questions, so you don't have to ask them. For instance, what news of Praetor?
Ah, such an astute question, Prudence. Our precious peril-laden moon is out of sight, but never out of mind. Its fate fully guided by the Paradigm. Praetor is home to our glorious heavy industries, producing essential materials, leaving Eden unspoiled by industrial waste.
Naturally, our adversaries conspired to seize our means of production. The traitorous order managed only a paltry presence on Praetor, certainly no threat to us. While the self-indulgers in Auntie's Choice have the gall to believe they've established a beachhead, they live
Ratcheting up my aggression.
All they claimed were 2 factories. Too bad for them. Those facilities were decommissioned, no longer of use to us. We let the corporate gluttons take them so we could blunt their advance, bottle them up.
Our tactics are so perfect, Prudence.
That almost sounded like...
Fuck! Mortar fire! Move!
That's
Stun
one
weapon
hell of
ready,
a wall.
Commander.
Going over or under's out of the question. But what about around?
Auto mechanicals to protect and serve...
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Our hands remain uncalloused by labor.
You neglected to mention our
Commander,
advanced
throwing
Praetor
energy your
labs.
way.
Such wondrous facilities. Our interstitial reconfiguration center filled with
What's that place do?
Oh, spare it no thought. It's simply a lab for studying natural phenomenon. You know, space rifts and the like, bringing them into alignment with the Paradigm.
Of course, of course. No need to say more. Our society remains perfect, bountiful, without care or want. To think otherwise is unthinkable. Well then, moving on.
More music to aid in your earnest rumination of portentous societal responsibilities.
I just had a thought. I'm really not close. My thoughts are free. My mind feels too open. I'm acting without reason. You know exactly what we should do. You're a good citizen. Pack your bags, you know what we should do. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. Be thought and worry-free as one big family. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. I feel so much lighter, I can't wait to revitalize the mind in line with what we are told. Old is the one truth, no need for more. You know exactly what to do. You're a good citizen, join the queue. Pack your bags, you know what we should do. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed.
action for you.
Stomping out ideas, reporting on your views.
Medic, please! Investigating hostile intentions. Mitigating the threat, taking the fight out of them. You fly the limits by the data, Commander.
Ready to waste them.
Self-preservation priority. Get it? Vital go. Show me up. Would improve your odds.
once light and free. My mind feels too old when I'm acting without reason. You know exactly what we should do. For a good citizen, join the queue. Pack your bags, you know what we should do. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. Because we're as one big family. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. I feel so much lighter, I can't wait to revitalize the mind in line with what we are told. Old is the one who knows for more. You know exactly what to do. You're a good citizen, join the queue. Pack your bags, you know what we should do. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. From the free, as one big family. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed.
Taking the fight out of them.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say can't just shoot in the thin air.
Vitals are in the red. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Broadcasting reassuring programming in line with the paradigm. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Zealous greetings, everyone's neighbor Prudence. Anticipate your questions. So put on for instance, what is a Praetor?
Thank you. Commander!
Gotta fix me up first.
Moon is out of sight, but its fate fully guided by the paradigm.
Got weapons ready, Commander.
Heavy industries, producing essential materials, leaving Eden unspoiled by industrial waste.
Our means of production. Managed to certainly no threat to us. While the soldiers in Auntie's Choice have the
Knew you had my
gall
back.
to believe they've established a beachhead, they live and breathe hyperbole.
Free hole in the head. Hey, got a distraction for
Use to us. We let the corporate gluttons take them so we could blunt their advance. Hold them up.
Our tactics are so perfect. Troops at our leisure. Certainly, they'll never touch our true high-value facilities, such as our automech factory, where automechanicals build automechanicals to protect and serve all subjects, so our hands remain uncalloused by labor.
You neglected to mention our advanced Praetor labs. Such wondrous facilities. Our interstitial reconfiguration center fills me with such pride.
Me as well, Prudence. What's that place called?
Oh, spare it no thought. It's simply a lab for studying natural phenomenon. You know, space rifts and the like. bringing them into alignment with the paradigm.
Of course, no need to say more. Our society remains perfect, bountiful, without care or want. To think otherwise is unthinkable.
Next up, music to invigorate your mind, so you can serve the greater good at a brisk pace, with a true adherence zeal.
Whatever you need, Commander. Just sure.
Greater luxury could any subject know than giving tenderly of body, blood, and bone to Arcadia, our nation's strongest stone. Gloria, Arcadia, our colony, our home, such comfortable plenty for each of us to
relax for success, no rum. When it's time for a contest, no to the sunset, no rum will help you forget.
Mobilize.
You need an extra anesthetic, no rum. Taste more and feel less, no rum. No worries, no stress, no rum. Relax, success, no rum.
Energy cup.
Reassign to a tropical moon when positions come open. So where it's safe to be there.
Capacitor out. Get it while it's in.
While holding a bottle of numb rum tied in your hand. Ain't life grand? Tranquilization, so sweet and swift. Still be on time for your next shift. Num rum. Taste more and feel less. Num rum. No worries, no stress. Num rum. Relax for success. Num rum. Num rum. Taste more and feel less. Num rum. No worries, no stress. Num rum. Relax for success. Num rum.
Attention, Commander. There may be valuable parts at this location that can improve this unit's functionality. Performing a thorough search of the Automech factory is advised. Should you wish to maximize your Valerie unit's combat effectiveness, building factory schematics. It is likely the desired parts are being stored somewhere on the ground floor.
You know what deserves some visibility? Praetor, a gloomy moon that's become quite the shining star in our portfolio. Thanks in no small part to the chemical plant we liberated from the Protectorate in the earliest phases of equity building here in Arcadia. The chemistricians in product development wasted no time repurposing the facility. facilities production lines away from the Protectorate's fruitless, gumption-suppressing pharmaceutics. Not much of a market for mood depressants after all. Solvents, food additives, adrenaline stimulants, scented exfoliants. Those are the surefire molecular chain moneymakers. The Praetor plant operates around the clock at peak efficiency, yet employee safety, as always, is given the utmost of brief consideration. 12 out of 10 top medical technicians recommend working in proximity to caustic chemicals. Slurry fumes really open up the sinuses, and who needs fingerprints anyway? It has been 6 days since the last fatal workplace incident, but rest assured it was not the fault of the plant foreman or any execs in charge of that management. As acknowledged on page 98, subsection K of the ironclad wrongful death waiver that every new hire signs, if there's a workplace death, the deceased did something wrongful. The Praetor plant's trifling risks are worth its substantial rewards, expanding our reach in the lucrative chemicals market, because when Auntie's Choice diversifies, we conquer. Now, on to other things. Thank you so much for tuning in to the one wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't tell you what to think, only what to buy.
Sleep tight with sweet dreams. You're gonna be unconscious via any means. You wanna be so sleepy, just grab a pill, it's easy. Probably ought to tell you there's a side of it or two.
Have you made any progress yet? I can barely contain my excitement. That's unfortunate. But I'm sure he died doing what he loved, helping me do science. Here's your reward. You've certainly earned it. Now, back to my lab. I'm going to get so many papers published. Every biological researcher will know my name. There's going to be statues of me.
One more interlude, additional ailments include
chronic itch, inflammation, night sweats, flatulation, lumbago, mild days, scrumpox, general malaise, imbalanced humors, dyspepsia. Oh, and one more thing. Insomnia.
You're gonna be unconscious via any means. You wanna be so sleepy, just grab a pill, it's easy. Just rest your tired head with the sedative, you'll feel dead. Sleep tight with sweet dreams. You wanna be unconscious via any means. You wanna be so sleepy, just grab a pill, it's easy. Just rest your tired head with the sedative, you'll feel dead. Sleep tight with sweet dreams.
That ridiculously catchy number was sponsored by the Department of Invasive Marketing. Just try to get it out of your head. This one always makes me pretend I have the sun in my eyes.
Round the year of 55, on Old Towsheddy Pride, a mile beneath the methane ice, way down in the mine, some sugar little smoke, forgot the hatch was closed, the blast knocked off the miner's truck, but exposed the mother lode. Accidents happen, it's part of the job. Hats off to our workers who lose parts on the job. Progress costs an arm, a leg, or sometimes even more. But that's what your auto doc discounts for. Not so long ago, on a tidally locked moon, some greenhorn tripped a valve in a chemical plant gloom. Brown sludge flooded the place that manager chanced the taste. He didn't survive, but now we've got instant force flow pay. Accidents happen, it's part of the job. Hats off to our workers who lose parts on the job. Management regrets your loss, but hey, that's always. Sometimes getting ahead means giving up a limb. One recent fiscal year to kick workers into gear. Anti-astronaut sin that keeps minds crystal clear. Said something worked all day, but they shit out all their brains. Presenting lift-off accident hooray.
Ready to waste it. On your command.
Progress costs an arm, a leg, sometimes even.
Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it.
Tuned to wireless free arcade. Melodies and
Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
Andy's choice. Building a needed.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
When you can thrive.
Instructions on how to integrate into your new, improved, and more profitable life. To learn how to earn, how to exchange labor for currency, and currency for food, shelter, and medical care. No such thing as a free lunch or treatment for a compound fracture.
And you'll find a growing population of dewy-eyed Protectorate defectors just like you, who can help ease you into the integration process.
Don't worry. You'll have months to acquire the skills and know-how our hungry and ambitious populace have mastered over a lifetime.
Okay, back to business. I don't know about you, but I could use something a little more upbeat right about now. Like this.
Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs. Go for torpification.
And as always, it is parasite free.
Honest-to-goodness broadcasting for straight shooters across Arcadia. This is Wireless Free Arcadia. Auntie's grand advance across the Arcadia system marches on. Sit back with your favorite adrenaline stimulant as we look ahead on our acquisition agenda. Top of the list is Praetor, a hostile but asset-rich environment. High risk, high reward. Our current foothold on this Protectorate stronghold represents just a lick and a promise. Now we must pluck the high-hanging fruit. Protectorate facilities so hush-hush, even their own adult citizens remain in the dark. No surprise there. Protectorate brass keeps their people on a strict need-to-know-nothing basis. Our agents in proprietary inside acquisition think a Sentinel training facility lies in them hills. Sentinels are the Protectorate's ears and eyes, ensuring the populace remains fat and happy, or else. Certainly their base would be a trove of military technology well defended. Also earmarked for acquisition, a promising mountain lab dedicated to rift experimentation and general alteration of the fabric of space and time. Those unimaginative Protectorate slackwits settled this facility with the predictably dull moniker Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'll pause while you stifle your yawn. A classic failure of basic branding. No sizzle whatsoever. We'll fix that soon enough when our forces take the lab and our lab coats appropriate its intellectual property. Our Arcadia takeover is a marathon, not a sprint. We're all in the Sprat race together. Soon enough, Praetor's midnight moonscape will be lit like high noon with Auntie's signage. Now, on to other things. Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
Crab witch, a sandwich made from crab will make some mighty fine trees. Crab witch, a sandwich. A crabble sandwich is so easy to eat, but only once our chemists need to turn a bottom feeder into instant lunch. It's quite the branding feat. So grab a crab because it can't be beat. Best of all, this tasty flesh is deemed safe to eat. Crabble can be more than just a solvent-based glue. Now it's good for me and you. Crab witch, a sandwich made with crab will make some mighty fine trees. Crab witch, it's the sandwich you want to eat.
They never questioned, never doubted. The seal never lied.
Eyes up. Hostiles.
Crabble doesn't have to be a threat to consume, but eat it before we treat it and you'll end up dead soon. Don't try to make your own crabble repast. Trust me when I say that it'll be your last.
Now, a catchy pitch for Auntie's products you simply can't live without. Our Recreant Reclamation and Artificial Additives Division has proudly announced its latest innovation, Slurrylose. A flavorsome new artificial sweetener made from the reprocessed runoff of industrial facilities, chemical plants, slaughterhouses, and stockyards. Not only does it save the company a fortune, it's so unnaturally sweet.
So much in this delicious
I'll handle this.
You can't fight containment!
Reviving me is in everyone's best interest.
Field driver. Just the plan. Seeking shelter.
All right then, it's all fast for more.
Commander, watch your
Reloading once more. Restoring the balance.
Try bubblegum slims. Try bubblegum slims. But rich tobacco, sweet at the end. What more could you want? Slim smoke with the bubblegum film. 2 treats in 1.
Forever vigilant.
Thrillers, so make your mouth
Best
happy.
refill. Kill.
Package doubles, no boring.
Through his, before he found.
Let me in! Help me out!
the pack or the case. It's bubblegum slim.
Processed runoff of industrial facilities, chemical plants, slaughterhouses, and stockyards.
The Squad couldn't hit the bomb side of a freighter. I'm the one you need to...
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Terrible.
So much in this delicious
Restoring the balance.
testing.
Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
Not walking this off.
Anti's
Seeking cover.
Not exactly in fighting shape at the moment.
From the first smooth inhale to the very last. Try bubblegum slim. Try
Shifting to a left exposed spot.
We shall sit duties fulfilled. At home or at work, by the pack or the case, it's the
Recommencing hostility.
Oh, bubblegum, 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 bubblegum.
Percent of all purpleberry bushes, both in the wild, on corporate farms, and even in our hydroponic collectives. Originally discovered on a single colony world, the purpleberry plant was subsequently spread throughout the colonies due to Auntie's Choice's poorly regulated interstellar shipping. Well, actually, it was due to Spacer's Choice, which somehow merged with another company to become Auntie's Choice. Honestly, these corporate interactions make little sense to me, as they mostly amount to relabeling assets and changing letterhead and mascot cartoons. So I will just refer to them as Auntie's Choice going forward. Now, that may offend some of my more literal-minded colleagues, but I digress. The purpleberry plant was at first thought to be poisonous, as the early colonists eating its berries died from the most potent of discharges this documentarian has ever witnessed, in a rare Auntie's Choice lab recording in our archive, which we acquired from a corporate defector to the Protectorate before our stellar system
appreciate if you cleared out
daily interactions with our Protectorate allies. But again, I digress. Belated testing
mobilizing.
showed that the berries were not poisonous at all. Instead, they were infected with a microscopic parasite, the purpleberry parasite, or PBP, as it is colloquially called. Specifically, the PBP eggs are found in every berry of an infected plant, where these eggs have been formally injected by the second stage of the parasite. But I am getting ahead of myself. Let's examine the PBP life cycle in detail. After an infected berry is eaten by a host, the microscopic
I'll take care of him, Commander.
are exposed to the host's digestive enzymes, which trigger their spiky worm-like creature.
Distraction for you. Over here. Free hole in the head.
On the host directly, ingesting tissue and blood. Worms are eventually expelled when they reach a size of approximately 2 centimeters in length. They seek out nearby huckleberry plants.
Taking the fight out of them. Mitigating the threat.
Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Also, as the expelled contents contain undigested purpleberry seeds, the distribution of the plants is increased, helping infected purpleberry plants to spread farther and grow better than uninfected ones. Perhaps unsurprisingly, careless Auntie's Choice scientists mislabeled this case of obvious symbiosis, given how both the purpleberry plant and its parasite are benefited by the relationship, as a parasitical relationship. Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the Auntie's Choice scientists managed to ascertain any subsequent safeguards at all. After some additional casualties, plodding Auntie's Choice field researchers discovered that co-native planetary fauna was well adapted to the parasite and hardly affected by it to any large amount. But human colonists were not so fortunate. The PvP worms disrupted the human internal biome to such a degree that the eventual correspondingly large immune response leads to violently explosive diarrhea, resulting in the expelling of the worms, the berries, and most of the person's gastrointestinal tract. Human casualty rates were close to 100%, even when reluctantly given medical attention by Auntie's Choice doctors, who were more concerned with upselling unnecessary procedures or prescribing expensive ointments such as their antibiotics, a topical cream that offers no benefit to the dying patient except possibly smoothing away stubborn wrinkles, according to...
What do you want to wager there's something in there for Val we can use?
Given the purpleberry's non-zero nutritional value and low growing costs, impatient Auntie's Choice administration officials directed their labs to find ways to remove the parasite from the berry. A variety of methods were tested and found effective, but they were all time-consuming and wasteful of the edible portion of the purpleberries, so these methods were deemed non-cost-effective and rejected out of hand. Eventually, the answer was found not in a lab, but in a history book. Specifically, a history book on Saltuna, a crossbreed of 2 different earth fish species, salmon and tuna, was found that contained a reference to anisakid nematodes, or worms, with an estimated 70 to 90% of all salmon being infected by these parasites. More importantly, the text contained the solution to eradicating these parasites: freezing. The simple and obvious, yet untried, act of freezing the salmon meat killed the embedded parasites. A quick test showed the same procedure worked on PvP eggs, although without quite 100% effectiveness. The remaining parasite eggs were not removed, a method that was judged too wasteful and expensive, since they increased the protein content of the berries without affecting their texture or flavor in any discernible way. The microscopic egg remains were simply too small to be seen or felt by the unaided eyes and tongues of their consumers, so Auntie's Choice administrators were satisfied with this inept solution. Purple berries are now a common nutritional and flavoring agent throughout the colony worlds. Mindless Auntie's Choice consumers especially purchase a large variety of purpleberry-themed foods and beverages, all of them mislabeled parasite-free. More accurately, the label should read live parasite-free. But in any case, Auntie's Choice once again demonstrated their contempt for their customers, for nature, and for any pretense of safety. Another reason this documentarian is grateful for our order's fabricated nutritional foodstuffs. OA archive transcription number 3918-4 ends here.
subjects. A security breach has been detected. A full laboratory lockdown is now in effect. Repeat, this is a full laboratory lockdown. Stay calm, remain vigilant, and obey security personnel. And always trust that the Sovereign protects.
Interesting device. I usually find people hovering annoying. Making a mental note to potentially reassess.
Society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Questions are an addiction. provides the system of minds. It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
Huh? Better take a gander.
Proceeding to attack.
Much better. Advance! Hastening to cover. Replenishing my firearm. Ammunition depleted. Minimizing exposure. Trust the plan.
Hello. Come here often. Goodbye. This unit is our commander.
If it ain't my favorite commander, just sure.
Whatever you need, Commander. Just name it. Sure. Always happy to tour.